Hi guys, today we do another project pan and let's get right started because I have quite a few updates. Firstly, all the empties, and I'm super proud because I actually have quite a few. I emptied the powder, one of my settings powders, which is the one from Kiko Milano. This was a 13.5 gram full size, but to be honest I can't remember. I didn't weigh it or anything. It was still pretty much full and I managed to actually completely empty it. Saying that though, I think this is because this powder, firstly, I would never repurchase it. I got sucked in by the packaging, which I really like. And I like the idea of having this and then the sifter and then stamp it onto the face, but it turned out to be not that practical. So I had to tip it out into a little dish and then pick it up. I think which also wasted a little bit because I was putting it on my face quite generously then and kind of baked my whole face and then dusted the bits off. So I think this is why this one was quite quickly empty. But overall, this packaging just really annoyed me in the end. And the other thing that really annoyed me was this powder. It stinks. I did not like the smell, which also makes me happy that I emptied it. And it's one of these ones which fly everywhere. It's so fine and it's loose, it just flies everywhere when you use it. So I had to de-dust my dressing room nearly every single day because that was just everywhere. Happy this is gone. Then next empty already is the mascara. This was the Ayeko, I don't know, Lash Alert mascara. This was just a small size, 4 ml though, but I found it because I guess it's when you use a mascara every single day and you really use only one, they dry out quite quickly. So in the end I had big clumps on it, and I decided now to swap already the mascara over after a relatively short time. I think I only used this one for 2 months. Saying that though, I did definitely got use out of it and it's empty. Next one empty already is the chubby stick from Clinique. This was the highlighter stick which I used under my foundation, and as you can see I properly digged in. The stick itself was quite short, it was only up to here. It was supposed to be 3.6 gram. I don't know how much really was in the bit that stuck out. I should have probably weighed it because from the top bit I had maybe 1.5 weeks of use out of it. So how I used it in the outer perimeters of my face, under the foundation, which I really liked using it like this. And this is a good way of actually using up stick highlighters if you have them and you don't really want to use them otherwise. But then I enjoyed it so much that I digged in, and this was another 2 weeks of use in there. So I think most of the product was actually in there. Really enjoyed it using it like that though. Really happy I did that because it's finally empty now. I had this one for quite a while and I don't really use cream highlighters, so this was definitely a really good way of using it up, and I really can recommend doing it like that. Next one empty is a lipstick. This one I absolutely adore. This is from Clinique and Jonas and Adler, was like a special edition. Their Melon Pop lipstick. There you can see. I liked it so much I actually even digged in. It was nearly empty, but it was also getting old, which is why I put it in my project pan. Really like this one, really enjoyed this one. Would definitely repurchase. I did not bought it back up though because I think if I really want it again I can try to get it again or just buy a dupe at the end of the day, because I have so many lip products that I don't want to have too many flying around to get old. But I really enjoyed this one. Definitely one of my faves. Next empty. I finally emptied the Too Faced 24-hour bullet waterproof longwear eyeshadow pencil stick. This was like a, oh my goodness, there you go. It's like a bronzy color. I guess I could use it maybe one more time, but no, I will not. Hello, focus. Let me show you. I used it, there we go. I have loads of other colors similar, and this one was really old. I think I had this one for like 4 years. Saying that, it did last really well, did last really long. Not the biggest fan of Too Faced usually, purely because their makeup usually looks like kids' makeup or has really weird names. But this one I actually even recorded here. Oh yeah, we were up here, and I used it all the way down. I used it as an eyeshadow base every single day this month, and this is how I managed to use it up, and very happy with that. Other one, which I put last time in my project pan, this brush, I will check it now. It's an Art Deco brush. It's the one I put in my project pan to just use it one last month, to kind of remind me to actually check it out, because I have it for years and years, but despite that, and I wash it regularly, every time I wash it, there's just black dye coming out of it. And then I'm thinking, oh, if the black dye is still coming out, it will also be somehow on my face, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I decided finally to declutter it, saying that, oh, this is a really old brush and it can just go. Now, stuff with quite good progress. So this was my funny foundation mix. This is not the Illusion Touch from Aldi. This is a mix of Clinique and George Asta foundation. Check my last Project Pan video if you want to know what happened. I just refilled it in this bottle after I cleaned out the bottle, and we actually have quite good progress. So the bottle was completely full, and I'm down here now. I marked it here. This one doesn't settle as good, so I had to literally stand it down and tap it a few times to find out where it is. But I'm really happy with the progress, because if it goes on like this, I might have it empty after or for the next check-in, so after the next month. I really like using it. My mixture, my concoction actually works brilliantly. I really, really like it, and I used it every single day as a foundation, which I think is also why I had so much progress. The next one was, oh, I actually didn't mark this one yet. So this is my current daily perfume body spray from Elizabeth Arden, the green tea yuzu one. Last time we were up here, and this time, oh yeah, we're literally just here. So very good progress. I think another month and this one will be gone as well. So I really like this one though. Don't like it as much as the pure green tea one from Elizabeth Arden, but it's a good body spray. It's really light, which I think is why you also can use up quite a lot, because it's very light and you can use it quite liberally. Then next one's with good progress. This is the Kiko Milano eye pencil. We were last time up here, and now we're down here. I use it on my lower lash line, and I use it every single day, and I guess that's why I had such well progress. I guess another month and a half, and then this one should be gone as well. I quite like it. It's just to brighten a little bit the lower lash line. There we go. It's like a pale yellow gold color. I like it. Then, oh my gosh, this one, I don't know. This is the Claudia Schiffer brow pencil. Tiny, tiny little progress. Last time we were up here, now we're down here. Progress is quite regularly, as you can see. It's always roughly the same amount. This one I hate so much, and I will be so glad when it's gone. Can I say though, one thing, I think the only positive thing about this one, the packaging still looks immaculate. Usually when I have products for such a long time, like it rubs off the writing and stuff like this. This one is really good packaging. It's just crappy product in there, unfortunately. Not much progress with this one. This one was the grey eyeshadow stick from Poundland. Literally, I used it twice, and this is where we are, because I've really focused on the Too Faced one to finally get that one gone. Because I used the Too Faced one as an eyeshadow base. I tried to use this one as an eyeshadow base, but I think it's a bit too dark, so I will focus more this month on using this one as an eyeshadow base one again. This is the e.l.f. Cream eyeshadow in Ain't That Sweet. This one is a bit tricky to measure. I do use it, you can see my brush marks in there. I started to use it a few days ago when I emptied the Too Faced one, but I have this one for ages. You don't need much product to use it as an eyeshadow base. I just use it as a tiny little bit, and then it's sticky enough to make my eyeshadow stick quite nicely to it. But I think this one will be the main one I will focus on next month, so happy to do that. If we are at eyeshadows, I hit pan in this one now as well. So this is my quad I use at the moment, also from e.l.f. Cosmetics. What one is this one called? Focus. Neutral Nudes from e.l.f. Really, really like this one. The eyeshadows are just so nice. This one is the only color I don't really use much, but I'm planning on using this for my eyebrows once I've finished up that dreaded Claudia Schiffer one. But as you can see, I mean, all of the shades I actually use. Really good progress. Really happy with this. Massive tip in this one. I'm actually expecting pan in this one next. And even this one, which is quite a big one, I feel like it's really dipping now. So I really like this one. Actually, let me swatch it a bit, because it's just so nice. There we go. For such a cheap eyeshadow quad, actually the swatches don't really do it justice. It really looks good on the eyes. It just is really it translates really well on the eyes, and you can use it really nicely with a brush, and you don't even have to use like a big fat stiff brush. A really nice and soft and fluffy brush works really fine. Then next one with Progress, one of my lip products. This is the Dior Lip Maximizer Collagen Active one. Was completely full last time, and we are down here now. This is the one I have in my handbag and at my desk at work. Try to use it as often as I can. The only downturn with this one, this doe foot applicator picks up hardly any product, so you need to dip in like 3 or 4 times to do your lips, which is a bit annoying. But it's time I use this one up because I have it for quite a while. I think at least 3 years. So this one needs to go, and I will focus, and I will continue focusing on this one for next month. I had hardly any progress with my Anna Sui lipstick. There we go. Last time it was here, now it's down here. This one is just getting a bit old now as well. I really like this one. Look at the design on it, the stars, it's so pretty. It also had a star on the top. It's nice as a color. Sheer, bit glossy. What I usually do is I put on this first, and then I put the Dior Lip Maximizer on top. This lipstick from Colourpop, the Ultra Satin Lip in Lion King, didn't use that at all, so no progress at all on this one. But I leave it in my project pan because it's the only really dark lipstick color I have at the moment in my project pan, and if I leave it in the project, it means it will be in my daily makeup box, and if I need a dark one, I will focus on that one. Then I had these mineral foundations in my project pan as well. This one is the Mineral Magic. It was one of the ones I ordered from Amazon. Look how weird that one looks. So I did use it quite a couple of times, as you can see, and it had these dots. Now these dots, the colorful dots, got quite big, and they turned out to be like these little clay balls. They're supposed to be color correcting dots, but this is literally such a good example of false advertising, or how people get sucked in by weird products, because I don't think they do anything, and clearly the brush doesn't even pick them up as product. Look at this. I'm actually quite good using this one. This one is the one I would use on my no makeup days to just put a little bit of powder on my face, and that's it. It's not the best powder in the world. I'm happy when this one is gone, but the way it uses up that product is just weird, and I'm just happy when this one is gone, to be honest. Which means, though, the other one I put last month in my project pan, the one from Poundland, the pressed powder, didn't use that at all because I focused on this one, which is fine though. I will leave it in my project pan in case there's a day where I really do not want to use this one, so this one stays in there as well. Then we had my repressed blush. Used it, didn't hit pan on it yet. Use it though, it's my only blush I have at the moment in my project pan. Whoopsie. There we go. Ugh. It's a mix of different blushes. I actually quite like it. It does look a bit... It doesn't look nice, does it? But it's actually quite nice as a blush for me. I'm quite pale. There we go. Really pale, pinky shade. I like it. And it was then my project pan. And the leftover, if you remember, I had 2 Kiko Milano eyeshadow shades and half of that e.l.f. half-baked blush and highlighter. So I used all of these and repressed them as a highlighter in this little compact I still had. I actually quite like it. But I focused on the other highlighters I have at the moment to finish up the cream highlighters, so I didn't use this one much. I do like it though, I really like it. So this will stay in my project pan, and I'm happy I repressed it. Then, because I used up the cream stick highlighter, I'm now using this one as a like primer under my foundation, and this is the Cushion highlighter from Klee. This was it? I think it was a January Birchbox. I do the same as I did with the other one. I use it on the outer perimeters of my face. I use the little pad, and then we just pat it on the face to have a little bit of a glow under my foundation, and I really enjoy it like this. So it does feel sometimes a bit dry. What I might have to do is, I might have to turn the sponge around to get a bit more product out of it, but it also gives me hope because it means I'm definitely using this product and I will use it up. So happy to do that. I mean highlighters, I have way enough of them. Then I used up the Kiko Milano one, so I didn't use this one at all. I also put it in my project pan last time, but I'm now using it. This one I prefer to the Kiko Milano one. This is from George Asta setting powder, and it has a tiny, I don't know if the camera will pick up on it, it has a tiny, seems to have like a purple tinge to it. I really enjoy this one because it, even though it's a loose one, it doesn't fly around as much as the Kiko one, and it doesn't smell, which is quite nice as well. This is a huge package though, it's 13 grams. And it will take me a while to use this one up because it doesn't fly around like this one. Which also makes me think though, why there are really 13.5 grams in this one, because the powder in here was literally only down here. And I mean, look at the size difference of that. Why are you not focusing? So I don't know. So this one, I have the feeling will take me much longer. But if I'm fed up from a white setting powder, I always can use one of the powder foundations to use as a setting powder. Then my primer from Aldi, I didn't use that at all because I used the cream highlighters and I didn't felt like I want to put even more on my face, but I will leave this one in my project pan if I feel like I want to use a primer. And then new products. Well, not really new products. So I didn't really made a decision on which bronzer to add in my project pan, but turns out the last 2 months I actually used mostly the LOV The Glorious palette, highlighting and bronzing palette, and look at this, I hit pan on my bronzer. Really happy with that. I hit pan only like a week ago, but it immediately grew quite big because I think I used it quite relatively evenly in the middle area, which is why the pan then grows immediately. I also used this highlighter a few times, but not very often, not very regularly, and I also used the soft illuminator a few times. This is like a bit like the, what are they called? The Hourglass ambient lighting powders. Really like this one, but I didn't really use it all over my face. I just used it a little bit because I had enough other products to use. But I actually really enjoy using this palette and I will continue doing so. Then my setting spray. This one looks quite good. I mean, another month and it will be empty. This is also from LOV Cosmetic. This is the Perfectitude 3-in-1 Prime and Fix Spray. And as you can see, months-wise, the usage was quite regularly, which is good. I mean, it's the only setting spray I have at the moment, and another month and it will be gone. I'm not sure what to buy next, and if I want to buy another setting spray, because I don't always need them. Saying that though, summer is coming up, so maybe I should have a look what I can find, and I will just go from there. But I'm happy still to use it up though, that's fine with me. Then, products I want to put into my project pan. I will actually put another lip product in there, because I found myself using this one quite regularly at the moment. And this is the Tony Moly Gloss Bar. I really like this one. It's like a peachy scent to it. And I used quite a lot of it already. So this is where we are at the moment. And it was, I think, that long when I got it. So I put it already on the sheet now, next to the Anna Sui one. And I'm happy to use this one up. It's just quite nice in the evening to put it on before I go to bed. Or like even in between when I do my makeup, just to get a bit of hydration to my lips. And I really enjoy this one. And my new mascara, this is actually a fairly new one. This one's in the January Birchbox, which I cancelled by the way. It's from Dusse, the Max Lash Volumizing Mascara. To be honest, the only reason I chose it is because it's small and it annoys me and I want to get rid of it. So I'm not the biggest fan of the brush. The brush is huge. And I'm happy to use this one up first, because none of my mascaras are really old. Because I use up quite fairly regularly mascaras and I hardly buy them. They usually come into my life via advent calendars, beauty advent calendars or beauty boxes and stuff like this. So I went for the smallest one to just reduce the number of mascaras I have in my collection. So this one is in use now. But that's it for me today. Oh my gosh, I hope this video is not getting too long. It's like feels like a feature full-length movie, but I'm very happy with the progress. Quite a few products gone, which makes me super happy, and we're getting there. My collection is definitely getting smaller, which makes me very happy. Let me know in the comments how your project pan goes, and I look forward to hear from any updates from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!